Happy Sunday lovelies, welcome to Gist Band TV, home of hot gist. Sonia and Maurice walk into a scene, and suddenly the room feels smaller, the air thicker, like someone just turned the volume of life all the way up while everything else gets muted. It doesn't matter if the camera is showing 10 people at a party, your eyes lock on them and refuse to leave. The lighting might be soft, the background music sweet, but the moment they appear, colors seem brighter around them, sounds seem sharper. Even when they stand still, there's a pull, a gravity that makes supporting actors look like shadows. You forget the plot for a second because you're too busy watching how Maurice tilts his head when Sonia speaks, or how Sonia's fingers tighten almost invisibly on her glass when he looks away. That tiny movement tells you a whole story before a single line is spoken. Viewers at home lean forward without realizing it, phone screens forgotten, because something important is happening and they don't want to miss 1 second. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's quiet power that makes you feel you're the only person in the world witnessing something private and massive at the same time. That quiet power explodes into something wild the moment they share the frame alone. There's electricity jumping between them that you can almost touch through the screen. It's in the way they breathe at different rhythms until, without warning, their breathing matches. It's in the half second too long that Maurice holds Sonia's gaze, or the way Sonia's lips part like she's about to say something dangerous but changes her mind at the last moment. You feel it in your own chest, that tight, fluttering feeling when tension is so thick you could cut it. And the craziest part. They can do this while saying absolutely nothing. A silent scene of them just looking at each other after an argument can leave you more breathless than any shouting match you've seen in other movies. That raw, uncontrollable current keeps you glued, waiting for the next spark, the next glance, the next moment when the air between them might finally catch fire. Every single glance and gesture is chosen with scary precision, yet it never feels rehearsed. When Maurice brushes an invisible thread off Sonia's shoulder, it's not in the script, but it feels like the most honest thing that has ever happened in that story. When Sonia laughs at something he whispers and then instantly looks sorry for laughing, you believe every layer of their history in that 1 second. They turn simple lines like pass the salt into confessions, into threats, into love declarations, depending on how their eyes move. Because of that mastery, even a market scene or a boring office meeting becomes unforgettable. You rewatch those moments frame by frame, trying to catch what just happened, how they made something ordinary feel like the turning point of someone's entire life. And once you've seen them do it, every other Nollywood scene starts feeling a little flat, a little safe, because Sonia and Maurice just raised the bar so high that good acting is no longer enough, now you expect magic. That magic spreads like wildfire because their fans are not regular viewers, they are soldiers with smartphones. The second a new clip drops, it's everywhere, WhatsApp statuses, Instagram reels, TikTok stitches, Twitter threads breaking down body language like detectives. Someone slows down a 2-second glance to 0.25 speed and suddenly a million people are screaming in the comments. Someone makes a meme of Maurice's side eye and it becomes the reaction picture of the year. Someone records their own emotional reaction crying at 2 a.m. and gets 500k views overnight. This army moves faster and louder than any billboard or radio jingle ever could. Producers spend millions on posters, but one 30-second fan edit of Sonia and Maurice looking at each other gets 10 million views in a day. The hype is real, it's free, and it's unstoppable. When the full movie finally lands, nothing else exists that week. Other big releases drop on the same Friday and disappear like they were never made. Cinemas report empty halls for every film except the one with Sonia and Maurice on the poster. YouTube trending is just their trailer on repeat in different languages. People who swore they don't watch Nollywood suddenly text their friends, "Bro, you have to see this thing." Office chatter, family WhatsApp groups, bar arguments, everything circles back to what Sonia and Maurice just did. Competing actors post their own premieres and get polite likes while one behind-the-scenes photo of these two laughing on set breaks the internet. It's not fair, but it's fact. When they release something, Nollywood hits pause on everything else. The secret hiding beneath all the noise is how real they feel. In a world full of perfect tears and practiced pain, they give you shaky voices, awkward silences, and laughter that sometimes turns into crying. You trust them because they trust the moment. When Sonia's character is heartbroken, you don't see an actress performing sadness, you see a woman trying to hold herself together and failing. When Maurice gets angry, his hands shake first before his voice rises, and that tiny honest detail destroys you. Because they dare to be messy and human, you forgive them anything and follow them anywhere. Other movies can have bigger budgets and louder explosions, but if the emotions feel fake, you scroll away. With Sonia and Maurice, even a 2-minute scene of them sitting quietly after a funeral feels deeper than a whole season of someone else's drama. And just when you think you figured them out, they vanish into a new genre you never expected. One year they are doing intense village love stories, the next they are in a slick Lagos thriller speaking pidgin like they invented it. Then suddenly they are ghosts in a horror you didn't know Nollywood could make. Fans stay permanently off balance, permanently hungry. Forums never sleep with theories. Are they doing a comedy next? Did you see that Instagram story? I think it's a hint. Every vague post becomes a treasure hunt. The mystery of what they'll do next keeps millions hooked between projects, refreshing pages, analyzing old interviews for clues. That suspense is its own addiction. Try copying that energy and you fail before you start. Other pairs get praised for good chemistry, but besides Sonia and Maurice they look like they are reading lines to a wall. Directors beg for something like what Sonia and Maurice have, but it's not a formula you can teach. It's two specific souls who decided to burn so bright together that everyone else just looks cold. New actors debut, get called the next big thing, and 2 weeks later everyone quietly admits nobody is coming for that throne anytime soon. The industry knows it, the audience knows it, even the critics who pretend to hate hype eventually write 10-page essays about why these two are different. This isn't just popularity, this is the moment Nollywood grew up and found its face. Sonia and Maurice are not riding a wave, they are the wave. Every sold-out screening, every trending hashtag, every young actor studying their scenes at 3 a.m. is proof that something shifted forever. They walked in and rewrote what a star can be, not just famous, but necessary. When people talk about the golden age of Nollywood 20 years from now, they won't start with budget or streaming deals, they'll start with the year Sonia and Maurice looked at each other on screen and made an entire industry, an entire country, believe in movie magic again. Put together, their commanding presence, electric chemistry, deliberate honesty, fan wildfire, total domination of release weeks, fearless truth in every emotion, constant reinvention, uncopyable energy, and era-defining influence aren't separate things, they're one living phenomenon. Watch one scene and you'll understand why finishing the whole movie isn't a choice, it's something that happens to you. And when the credits roll, you'll already be counting days until they do it again, because Sonia and Maurice didn't just make films, they made the new heartbeat of Nollywood.